Our preoccupation with our thoughts is the root of much of our suffering. We have developed a dependence and even on experiencing pain. This pessimistic mindset is somewhat comforting, as it is easier to be negative than optimistic. However, by allowing our thoughts to dictate our choices, emotions, and behaviors, we have become disconnected from the present moment. Yet, once we realize that we are not our thoughts, we can break free from psychological issues and avoid the burden of suffering. I do not deceive you when I say that you are separate. While it may seem as though thoughts are a part of you, they have their voice, and they do not define you. Rather, you are the awareness that observes those thoughts. Thoughts depend on your existence to exist, but you can exist without them. Even if you stop thinking, you do not disappear, and you remain as you are. Your thoughts come and go, but your true self remains constant. You are not your thoughts, rather, you are the awareness in which thoughts arise. This awareness is ever present and does not arise from your thoughts. It is crucial to recognize this truth for yourself. Everything emerges within your awareness, not the other way around. The mind is in a constant state of activity, similar to a chatterbox. Attempting to stop this chatter only serves to fuel it further. Despite many attempts to quiet the mind, these efforts have failed as the desire to do so is also a product of the mind. Some individuals have been successful in calming their minds without actively trying to do so. This has been achieved by misidentifying themselves with their thoughts, leading to a lack of desire to stop or continue the chatter. Instead, they merely observe their thoughts as they come and go, without becoming entangled in them. This is comparable to watching traffic pass by without worrying or becoming tense. Thoughts are like soap bubbles and should not be taken too seriously. By remaining calm, peace can be attained in the midst of the mind's chatter. The ego or our thoughts may try to shield us from this truth because the ego doesn't give up control. It seeks to maintain its power over our lives and may create various rationalizations and unnecessary inquiries to keep us convinced that we are the ego. However, we are not the ego. We are the awareness that recognizes the ego's attempts to hold on. We are conscious of the ego's actions and thoughts. Even if the ego tries to deceive us, we can still perceive its tricks because we exist beyond it. Suffering such as anxiety, fear, worry, rumination, and overthinking can dominate our lives until we awaken to the truth. Trying to stop the thoughts in our minds only strengthens them because we are giving them attention and energy. This misconception leads us to believe that we are the ones doing the thinking. However, we are the awareness that observes the thinking process. As infants, we did not have any thoughts, yet we existed. However, as we grow older, we begin to identify with things that we are not, and this obstructs our ability to recognize who we genuinely are. You are consciousness, the awareness of everything. You can watch your thoughts without becoming influenced by them, just like how you read words on the screen without identifying. Realizing that the fear, anxiety, and self-beliefs associated with self-destructive thoughts are not you is empowering. You are a prisoner of your mind until you detach from it. But once you let go of your attachment and identification with your thoughts, you will discover true freedom. It may be challenging to persist with this realization initially, and you may revert to old habits. However, if you remain determined and inquisitive, you will eventually recognize the truth. Thoughts lead us away from the present moment, causing us to fabricate hypothetical scenarios about the future and dwell on insignificant past events. Observing your thoughts decreases their quantity, and vice versa. When you become a pure observer, your thoughts disappear, and you become aware of your awareness and consciousness. True self-awareness is achievable only through a silent mind, free of meaningless thoughts. Through meditation, you can become a stronger watcher and weaken your mind, leading to a state of no mind where true self-realization can be achieved. Separating yourself from your thoughts through self-inquiry meditation can help you gain insight into your true nature and discover who you are. Overthinking can be exhausting and cause suffering. Thoughts arise from a profound source beyond words, and we should focus on the emptiness where they originate. We cannot control our thoughts, and everything simply occurs. Focusing on awareness of these happenings can lead to a sense of peace and presence. Without meditation, one is bound to live in misery. Even though some may try to mask the pain or find temporary comfort, it is important to engage in activities that prevent feeling empty inside. People tend to avoid being alone or having an empty mind and instead occupy themselves with various tasks. However, the idea that an empty mind is the devil's workshop is a misguided belief. In truth, an empty mind is the only way to connect with the divine, while a mind that constantly occupied with thoughts is a breeding ground for negativity. Meditation involves emptying the mind of thoughts and recognizing that thoughts are separate from one's true self. The goal is to create distance between awareness and thoughts. In meditation, one becomes a detached observer, allowing thoughts to come and go without identifying with or nourishing them. As one becomes less identified with their thoughts, they gradually lose their grip and fade away. This creates space for the heart to sing and dance in blissful emptiness. To conquer overthinking, it is vital to understand that it is not a conscious action. Instead of attempting to stop thoughts, it is necessary to disassociate oneself from them since they do not define who you are. If you find it challenging to stop your thoughts, it is likely because you are resisting them and giving them undue attention. However, thoughts are not part of your identity, and you can observe them without becoming them. Just like a chatty cousin who craves your attention, thoughts will naturally recede if you are giving them attention. You can notice them, but you do not need to dwell on them. Your true essence lies in being aware, and thoughts exist within that awareness. By diverting attention from thoughts, they will naturally dissipate. It is common to believe that thoughts are a part of us, but in reality, they do not define us. While thoughts come and go, our true selves are always present. It is vital to comprehend that thoughts are not a part of us and see them for what they genuinely are. Practicing this kind of inquiry consistently can lead to positive changes. The truth is that there is no one here who is actively thinking. This realization can transform your life, and you can experience it at this very moment. Take a moment to think of something, or wait for a thought to arise. Then ask yourself, who is thinking these thoughts? If you answer, it's me, then who is this me? It cannot be the body, which does not think, but rather the mind. So, where and who does this me exist? The answer is that it exists only in the mind, as a thought. The one who claims to be the thinker is just another thought, and you do not exist as the body and mind but as consciousness and the awareness of all experiences. When you find yourself overthinking, pause and ask, who is thinking? Then search for this and realize that you will never find it. You must continue to do this repeatedly until an energetic shift occurs, and it becomes apparent that this thinker never existed. This discovery will lead you on the path of true self-discovery and the realization that you were never who you thought you were. This is the freedom that we all desire, to be free from ourselves. And the good news is that you were never truly yourself to begin with. The truth is always present but is filtered through our individual interpretations. To comprehend the truth, we must release our thoughts and let go of our mental barriers. Being present is the key to unlocking the doors to attaining no mind.